the season. The eggnog is harvested. The intractable War on Christmas enters yet another campaign. And the December Calm Day gives us one last chance to catch and evolve a handful of Pokemon. Let's get ready to welcome back the Pokemon from the Calm Days of 2025. The event runs from December 6th to 7th from 2 to 5 p.m. local time each day, except all the spawns can still appear on both days from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., just not as frequently. The bonuses across the weekend include 2 times XP, 2 times Dust, half Hash Distance, 2 times Candy, 2 times Candy XL Chance, 3-hour Incense, 1 hour Lures, 1 more Special Trade, and half Trade Dust Cost. And it's important to mention that trading bonuses will be active from 9 to 9 on both days, and Lures from 2 to 9 p.m. local time. Sees the return of Vanillite, the fresh snow Pokemon. Evolving this Unova Pokemon into its final evolution, Vanillux gets you the charged move Avalanche. Carablast, the clamping Pokemon. Evolving the Unova Pokemon into its final evolution, Escavalier gets you the charged move Razor Shell. Shelmet, the snail Pokemon. Evolving the Unova Pokemon into its final evolution, Excelgor gets you the charged move Energy Ball. Sprigatito, the Grass Cat Pokemon. Evolving this Paldean Pokemon into its final evolution, Meowscarada gets you the charged move Frenzy Plant. Quacoco, the Fire Croc Pokemon. Evolving this Paldean Pokemon into its final evolution, Skeledirge gets you the charged move Blast Burn. Pommy, the Mouse Pokemon. Evolving this Paldean Pokemon into its final evolution, Pawmot, the most useless final Evo ever, gets you the charge move Brick Break. Instead of needing the usual 10 kilometers to evolve Pawmo into Pawmot, you only need 1 kilometer over the weekend. He welcomes back Solosis, the Cell Pokemon. Evolving this Unova Pokemon into its final evolution, Reuniclus, gets you the fast move Charm. Flabebe, the Single Bloom Pokemon, will spawn based on your regions. Yellow for the Americas, red for Europe, Africa, and parts of Asia, blue for the rest of Asia, Australia, and our favorite beta testers, New Zealand. G'day. Orange and white will spawn globally. Evolving the Colosian Pokemon into its final evolution, Florges gets you the charged move Chilling Water. Instead of needing the usual 70 hearts, you only need 7 over the weekend. Pikipek, the Woodpecker Pokemon. Evolving this Alolan Pokemon into its final evolution, Toucanon gets you the charged move Beak Blast. Jangmo-O, the Scaly Pokemon. Evolving this Alolan Pokemon into its final evolution, Kommo-O gets you the charged move Clanging Scales. Rookidee, the Tiny Bird Pokemon. Evolving this Galarian Pokemon into its final evolution, Corviknight gets you the charged move Air Cutter. Quaxly, the Duckling Pokemon. Evolving this Paldean Pokemon into its final evolution, Quaquaval, the most flamboyant final Evo, gets you the charged move Hydro Cannon. In the last 10 minutes of each hour, the Calm Day Classic Mons of 2025 take over. Machop, the Superpower Pokemon. Evolving this Cantonian Pokemon into its final evolution, Machamp, gets you the charged move Payback. Eevee, the Evolution Pokemon. Evolving this Cantonian Pokemon into its Eeveelutions gets you the following moves: Flareon and the charged move Superpower, Jolteon and the charged move Zap Cannon, Vaporeon and the charged move Scald, Espeon and the charged move Shadow Ball, Umbreon and the charged move Psychic, Leafeon and the fast move Bullet Seed, Glaceon and the charged move Water Pulse, Sylveon and the charged move Psyshock. Instead of needing to walk 10 kilometers to evolve Espeon and Umbreon, it's only 1 kilometer. Remember though that Espeon can only be evolved during the day and Umbreon at night. You can use Duskmane Necrozma's Adventure Effect to evolve Espeon and Dawnwing's Necrozma's Adventure Effect to evolve Umbreon, which is very hard to keep straight. To evolve into Sylveon, it takes 7 hearts instead of the usual 70. Leafeon and Glaceon still require the respective Mossy and Glacial Lures, and the original Eeveelutions are still a crapshoot. Some have said that the nicknames have been turned on again, even if you've used them, but there hasn't been a lot of evidence to support it. Totodile, the Big Jaw Pokemon. Evolving this Jotonian Pokemon into its final evolution, Feraligatr gets you the charged move Hydro Cannon. Ralts, the Feeling Pokemon. Evolving this Hoennian Pokemon into its final 2 evolutions, Gardevoir or Gallade, gets you the charged move Synchronize. Besides the shinies, hundos, and shundos you can get, what should you go after? Whether you forgot to evolve something during a calm day or caught something since then, it's a great time to evolve a ton of Pokemon. But it can get complicated between the disparate requirements. I'd divide them into two groups: active evolutions and candy evolutions. We have search strings in the description to help you. For the active evolutions, remember that you can only swap buddies 20 times, and any progress you make before the event begins will not count. I'd say walk the Pokemon that only require kilometers to evolve. Then you can work on the evolutions that require hearts while you set up any lures you need to evolve Pokemon. Don't forget these other Pokemon that evolve with the Glacial lure and Mossy lure. Then you can continue to evolve Pokemon with only candy requirements from December 6th at 9 AM until December 7th at 9 PM local time. Focus on Gallade first because it has to be a male Ralts and requires a Sinnoh Stone, which can be hard to come by. Totodile just got a brand new Mega. And yes, it does look like it has a toilet bowl on its head. And I'll also be catching these to get a Shundo Mega. Machop is the only Pokemon with a released G-Max, and that means any you catch now will not be very useful since you can't make a G-Max. I'll be getting the candy, but ditching the Pokemon. Corviknight and Eevee have yet unreleased G-Maxes, so I will be doing the same thing with them, especially since Eevee now has its D-Max released. Wait, I lied! Shadow Machamp is useful, but the Pokemon you're going to be catching are not. Get rid of them! Shadow Gardevoir is also a good Fairy-type attacker in raids. Skeledirge is currently the third best Fire type in the Ultra League. It has no play in the Great League currently, but it could make a comeback. Florges is the Beefcake Fairy type of the Ultra League and third best in the Master League, only bested by Zacian and Xerneas, so it's a great entry point for the Master League. Shadow Toucanon is the 7th best Normal type and 10th best Flying type in the Great League. In the Ultra League, it's the 3rd best Normal type and 4th best Flying type. Non-Shadow Toucanon is the 4th best in the Normal typing and 5th in Flying for the Ultra League. Corviknight is the 8th best in the Great League and 2nd best in the Ultra League. It's the top Flying type in the Great League and 2nd best in the Ultra League. It tops the Steel charts in the Ultra League and is runner-up in the Great League. Umbreon is the 4th best Dark type in the Great League. Well, with some Pokemon invalidated by G-Max and D-Max, I see this as a candy farm. I'll go into each day with like 1,000 empty storage, I'll catch as much as I can and be happy about any shinies I get, but be aware that most of them probably won't be anything more than gym defenders. Yeah, I could go for PvP, but I'm not expecting anything but an overworked candy grinder by Sunday. There isn't really a clear-cut answer. The Primals and Mega Ray can hit a lot, but not all. But remember that they will still give a candy bonus for Pokemon that don't share a type that's boosted, just not as big, so just use one of them to hit as many as possible. Palkia's Spatial Rend is also very useful here. It allows you to see spawns farther away. What I like to do is have an auto catcher on and check the spawns beyond the auto catcher range. Also, fast catching will be your friend. When it comes to medals, there are too many to list for catching, evolving, completing research, and so much more, besides the basic ones you get for playing the game. Don't forget your snapshots. Did you know there's a new medal for checking in at community meetups? This is a good time to work on that. There will probably be check-ins on both days. Since you have to buddy up so many Pokemon due to evolution requirements, why not get them the best buddy? That's a tough medal, and I respect the grind. So, what'll you be hunting over the weekend? What would make your day? I'd love to get a Shundo Skeledirge. He was my starter in my first Scarlet playthrough. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check the description for tips that will make your life a whole lot easier. This has been PoGoTips with Just the Tips.